street, where you have the Congress that is on one side alleging incomplete roadworks, unscientific toll rates and a lot of constructional problems on the newly inaugurated Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway. Why we're focusing on this story is because you remember this is the expressway that we saw the Prime Minister inaugurate over the weekend. Karnataka is going to see a highly contested, very hot election in just a few months from now between the BJP and the Congress. The BJP is battling multiple allegations of corruption. They're also battling multiple complaints about the civic infrastructure and the problems around it in the city of Bangalore in specific. Now, as you can see on your screens, Congress workers over here staging a protest at a toll plaza. They're demanding the toll will be collected only after the expressway is entirely completed. We'll bring you more details on these protests. My colleague Akshara is live with us from the protest site. Akshara, bring us more details. Exactly what are the Congress workers demanding? What are they saying about the expressway?
Well, this particular expressway, Mysore-Bengaluru Expressway, was a big infrastructure push by the BJP here in Karnataka. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited pole-bound state and inaugurated it on Sunday. And right after that, Congress and many pro-Kannada organizations also protested here at this particular toll plaza and the next toll plaza, stating that still the expressway is not being clearly completed. Still service roads need to be built, and there are no hospitals or first aid units that aren't being set up here in this particular spot. And also, speaking about the toll that the commuters had to pay, it is very high. So that's what the Congress, not just Congress workers, but many pro-Kannada organizations and advocate associations also gathered here and protested. So these are the major issues that they are raising. And also they raised an issue stating that this particular inauguration was politically motivated with keeping elections in mind, but not the infrastructure. When you are doing a major infrastructure, bringing major infrastructure facilities, they must ensure that it is properly being done. So that's what the allegation is coming from Congress and other protesters protesting here. So these are the major issues they are raising, and still the protesters are being were detained from this particular spot. But still we are expecting many other pro-Kannada organizations and many other Congress workers will join and protest regarding this issue.
But Akshara, I'd like to ask if you could walk us in a lot more detail about the Congress's demands. When they're, for example, making these complaints about the expressway, the infrastructure set up around it, can you bring us more details about exactly what they want instead?
Well, you see, we spoke to an advocate here just now, and he raised an issue stating that there are many other service roads which are not still complete, which needs to be completed, and many accidents take place here in this particular highway as well. And there must be a particular hospital or a first aid unit that needs to be set up in order to ensure that they treat them. So that's one of the issue they have flagged. And there are no hotels and recreational spots in this particular long stretch of highway. These are the main issues, and they also concerned about the toll rate that is being set. When this particular toll rate was set, they started collecting it from today 8 a.m. So before that, there was no public notification or advertisement that was given stating that they will be collecting tolls from from this toll plaza in this expressway. So that's one of the reason why they are protesting, stating that there must have been a proper public notification before collecting toll from this toll plaza. And regarding the high toll rate as well, it is more than expected, and local commuters, local residents here cannot pay such a high toll commuting, taking this particular expressway. So these are the major issues that were flagged by not just Congress but other protesters, pro-Kannada organizations. On the other hand, there's the credit war that took place regarding this issue. Congress claimed that there are many contributions of Congress leaders as well in this particular expressway. On the other hand, JDS claimed that it was the idea of former Prime Minister of the state, H.D. Devegowda, and also JDS head. It's his idea that ensured that this expressway took place and the work took place. On the other hand, BJP inaugurated it. So there was a credit war and a political war that erupted with this infrastructural push in this pole-bound state.
Akshara, I want to ask you for more context here. I know that one data point says that 84 people have lost their lives and there have been 335 reported mishaps since September 22. Can you just tell our audiences, because I know there is some confusion, the expressway was inaugurated over the last weekend. Still, these accident numbers are so high and they date a few months back. What's the context there? Could you tell us that? And then could we also speak to some of the protesters, perhaps, if they are standing around next to you?
Well, yes, there have been multiple protests, multiple accidents that have taken place in the highways. It is usually common that accidents do take place here, and there should have been proper infrastructural facilities to ensure that it doesn't take place. And even if it takes place, as we right now spoke, there isn't any proper first aid unit or hospitals that have been set up, which should have been clearly done in order to provide treatment as well. So these were the issues that were flagged. Right now we have with us AP Rangnath, who's also protesting, who's one of the former presidents of Advocate Association of Bengaluru. He will speak to us right now regarding this issue. So if you once again could let us know about the issues which are flagging right now regarding this.
No. He is not providing service roads. He is not giving a pass to localettes. No toilets. No basic communities. What we expecting national highways, that is not available. And arbitrary collecting the fixed the toll. Because of this is a BJP MP's ownership now. Now he is taking over. BJP MP Gadkari is close associate. That's why he is like doing this.
Could you tell us more about the politics surrounding it? Even other parties are, saying that it's their idea, and BJP Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated it. What's the politics surrounding it? Could you let us know more about it?
This is a southern Mysore region. He is expecting to win more seats. Because of that is the politics. Because of that, any moment the election is calendar of events published. That's why he is 3-4 days back he inaugurated without completing the wall. Without completing the basic facility, he inaugurated. That is the main thing. And another thing is major looted. This contract given to the company is owner by BJP MP and close associated of Nitin Gadkari. Yeah.
And sir, there are many accidents that have taken place. Now, you also raised the issue that there are no proper hospitals or first aid units. So, what do you have to say about this?
No, first aid clinics is not available. Even ambulance is not provided. These are every day is accident is going on. We demand all these facilities provide and take toll.
So there you go. He raised many issues regarding this particular expressway, and he also pointed out that it is politically motivated, and the contract was also given to a few close associates of Nitin Gadkari and also the BJP MP. So these are the major issues which they are flagging and protesting, and we are likely to see more protesters joining here and protesting against this.
Okay, Akshara, just stay with us. Shankara Guha from the Congress is also with us on the phone right now, and I want to go over to him right now to get more context. Sir, we just spoke to a Congress leader on the ground about the protest that's taking place right now at a toll plaza. And sir, he took the issue straight to the heart. He said, look, the BJP wants votes in this region. That's why they inaugurated this expressway. That's why you saw the Prime Minister there 2 days before much of the construction was even complete. So I just want to understand, we've seen the Congress harping on a few different issues. One is this, developmental works, that the BJP says they've done a very, very good job of, but your party continues to say, look, Karnataka, Bangalore in particular, is broken. So is this going to be the issue we're going to see Karnataka Congress take a lead with over the elections? Are you going to be focusing on corruption? Which is the issue we're going to see really headline across the state in the next month?
See, we have two issues here basically. One is, as you said, corruption. And the other thing, more importantly, is development. Let me quote you figures as it is. There is something called as the Human Development Index, HDI. Bangalore has fallen down by 23 places in the last 3.5 years. Now, who's responsible for that? Well, politics today in Karnataka or in India is running on three things. We have given immunity to any sort of accountability, secondly, religious majoritarianism, and thirdly, some sort of control over the media or, the social media warfare that is going on. The state of Karnataka people, the people of our state are made very well aware of these things. In the last 3.5 years, 40% corrupt Sarkar has been proved. One of the MLAs was caught red-handedly with so much of cash in his money, and he has the audacity to say that everybody will have 4 to 5 crores rupees in this part
Sir,
of town.
can I just ask you to stay with us for a second? Malvika Avinash from the BJP is also with us, and I do want to go over to the BJP right now for more context, because we have heard from the Congress. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18. Ma'am, I want to take to you multiple claims we've seen made over here by the Congress, because these are particularly important. Firstly, they're saying that contracts while building this expressway were given to the BJP's associates, Nitin Gadkari's associates and the BJP MP in the area's associates. The larger claim they're making though, and this is the one that does have the numbers to back it, is that there have been 83 deaths since September 2022. There have been 335 reported mishaps in this same expressway. The Congress is demanding that more be done to ensure the safety of citizens. Isn't this a very legitimate demand?
You see, you'll have to understand the problem in its entire context. The Congress first fought for credit. Siddaramaiah said, I did it. D.K. Shivakumar said, oh, it is the Congress party which laid that expressway. So if indeed they want to claim credit for it, then they shouldn't be complaining about it. All right? That has been demolished by the BJP. Full and final established that it was the central government of India led by Narendra Modi ji, which is responsible for this expressway, and Mysore's MP Pratap Sinha, who stood at every point to ensure that troubles were resolved, and all those who were raising their flags, including from the JDS and the Congress, were all put to rest. All right? That is done. Now the next thing, now the expressway is ready, and there was this enormous welcome from PM Modi ji when he came to inaugurate the expressway.
Ms. Avinash,
so now
ma'am.
we are looking for newer reasons to raise flags.
Okay,
So
ma'am,
with each
I'm going to need to ask you to
party, they
wait.
come up
My
with
colleague
a
is on the
new
ground right now, and I believe the protests are getting angrier. Let's go over to the ground to my colleague Akshara. Akshara, over to you.
Well, you see, the protesters are yet to arrive to this spot, but there are small skirmish that took place between the toll plaza workers and the commuters as well. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw this toll plaza, the whole rod which stops these vehicles just fell down on the car, on the bonnet of the car, and there was a small fight that took place between the commuters. It clearly shows that the preparedness which has been taken place while inaugurating this. So these are the small issues which they have been pointing out, right from such small issues where this rod stopping the vehicles from commuters from passing falls down on a bonnet of a car, and many other issues like work not being completed, no first aid unit or hospitals that being set up. So these are the issues that have been set up. So such small fights are taking place here on this spot, and with protesters are yet to arrive, we'll get to see more protests here regarding this issue.
Thank you for highlighting that for us. A sorry state of affairs over there. We're going to go into a short break. On the other side, in just a few minutes, we'll continue to cover all of the country's stories. That story, of course, came into us from Karnataka. In just a few minutes, we return our focus to national stories.